That's the USS aircraft carrier Lexington, docked at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola, Florida. The very ship deck where last Sunday the U.S. Boxing Championship Series quarterfinal action got off to an auspicious debut. But right now, we're back in Pensacola, live in the Municipal Auditorium, where a preliminary bout is in progress. But coming up, a heavyweight fight. George Foreman, the #1 challenger in all the world, Big George, going against Pedro Agosto. We're back live at the Municipal Auditorium, preliminary bout in progress, but upcoming, George Foreman against Pedro Agosto, scheduled 10-rounder. I'm in George's dressing room. He is bandaging his own hands. Question number 1, George. When you go against an opponent like Agosto, who is a tremendous underdog, is it tough for you to psych yourself up?
It does get a little tough as the years go by, but as soon as he hit me on the jaw, I start to psych myself up. There's no doubt in my mind, each time I get into the ring, it's 50-50 chance whether I'll come out victorious or not. So I don't fool myself. It's all right for the fans and the odd makers to fool themselves, but not George Foreman. I know that this man is coming out there to make a mark in boxing for himself and make his family proud of him.
Even as you talk, we're looking at the opponent, Pedro Agosto, live, who has a kind of mean left hook and therefore can't be too lightly regarded under any circumstances, and in spite of what you've just said.
Right. Well, I depend mostly on my hard training. I've been blessed not to be hurt doing training, and right now I got all the luck in the world going for me too. So how can I lose?
Your weight's at 226, or at least was at the official weigh-in.
Right.
Do you feel that you're a little heavy?
That was the day before the fight, so I was about 4 pounds heavier than I am today. So I'm about 222 really, and that's the weight I like to be at. I'm comfortable. I'm ready to fight.
Okay, we'll see you in the ring after the bout. 30 seconds. That's the scene set. Municipal Auditorium, Pensacola, Florida. We're about ready for first round action. 10-round scheduled bout between George Foreman, there in the far corner in the red trunks, and he, of course, the former heavyweight champion of the world. 45 fights, 44 victories, only that one lost to Muhammad Ali. The opponent, Pedro Agosto, was from Puerto Rico, now resides in Oradell, New Jersey. His record, 27-7-1. The bell for first round action. Will develop the rules of the fight as we go. It's a small ring, designed almost for George Foreman, because it's only 16 feet square, or maybe designed for midget performers. But it'd be very hard for Agosto to get away from Foreman in this ring. 10-ounce gloves at the request of Gil Clancy, Foreman's ring. A growing trend in non-titled heavyweight bouts these days. 10-ounce gloves cushion the blow.
All right, hold it.
The score on a 10-point must-scoring system per round. The mandatory 8 count in case of a knockdown in effect. The 3 knockdown rule in effect. There will be no saving by the bell. So there are the nuts and bolts. We continue now with first round action. George, as I said, former heavyweight champion of the world. Ever since his loss to Ali, while he didn't fight in 75, has been strong on the comeback trail in 76, and of course there was the second knockout of Joe Frazier. 2 minutes left in round 1. That was last June at the Nassau Memorial Coliseum in Hempstead, New York.
Now, hold it. That's it. All right, go ahead.
Referee is Jay Edson. He will score the fight along with judges Frank Barberi and Dr. Donald Spence. George, never a graceful fighter. Sometimes ponderous and awkward in his moves, but awkwardly clever. He knows how to cut the ring off on an opponent. And, of course, his punches are pulverizing with either hand. A left hook that operates like a piston, and the right can knock you into the clouds.
All right, boys, let's push out of it. That's it.
Hey, learn nothing, George.
Hold it.
Let's stop holding. All right.
Sluggish first round action. As for Agosto, ordinarily, although he's not doing it in this first round, he's a keep coming at you fighter in the manner of Joe Frazier. His best weapon, a left hook. Fought Floyd Patterson in 72, broke Floyd's nose in the first
All right, come
round,
on now, push out
then
of it.
suffered his own broken hand in the fight, lost on a TKO in the 7th. Big disparity in the size of the two men. Foreman at 226 at the weigh-in yesterday. Augusto at 203. Foreman was at 224 when he knocked out Frazier last June. Says that he's taken off 4 pounds since yesterday. Figures he's really at about 222. We're counting down toward the end of the first round. Augusto staying away, which is the better part of wisdom. We are coming up to the end of round 1, which Augusto will survive. The bell for round 2, live here in the Municipal Auditorium, Pensacola, Florida. George Foreman against Pedro Agosto. Pedro Agosto. Now a resident of Oradell, New Jersey. Foreman looking at you there in the red trunks. Augusto in the blue.
All right, let's break that up. Break that up.
George just pacing himself through the first round. Augusto not adhering to his more recognized style of fighting. Discretion being the better part of valor. Instead of coming at George, which would be a tailor-made way for George to put you away in the first round, tried to stay away. Use the left, crouch, bob and weave, keep the head moving. George missing with that one, for instance, and missing with that. George looking to perfect his timing, stay active, and looking ahead toward bigger, more important fights like Jimmy Young and Muhammad Ali. That's the dream, to get back at Ali. Good quick left by George. Notable thing about Foreman, under the tutelage of Gil Clancy and Charlie Shipes, both of whom are working George's corner, along with Sid Martin, is that he has shortened his punches. He doesn't loop them nearly as much as he once did. See that left, quick, straight, short. That's the way he demolished Joe Frazier second time around. 5th round last June. He had other tune-up matches with the likes of Scott Ledoux. Did away with him in 3. Dino Dennis did away with him in 4. George working to the midsection, and what a toll that left will take of Augusto's midsection. See that long left. Left again to the midsection. 2 more of those, Augusto will double up.
Do that. Wait a minute.
Jay-Edson, the referee. Not a warning about low blows, although George apologized to Jay-Edson, who lifted up the pants of Pedro Agosto. Working Augusto's corner, his manager, Carl Duba. Ace Morato is the trainer. Bill Prazan is the cut man. The old phrase in boxing, cut man. Calling back to memory the likes of Whitey Bimstein, who was as good as I ever saw. Second round action. And that left hurt Augusto. That left hurt Augusto. And then a right uppercut, and another right uppercut. Foreman just measuring the opponent. Oh, a right to the midsection. Augusto is staggering now. Rubbery leg. He's ready to go. George backing off. Throwing his punches. Tremendous power as we approach the end of round 2, and Augusto is ready to be taken. George Foreman ready to start action in the 3rd round against Pedro Agosto. It's been a tune-up fight as expected thus far. A complaint by Augusto's manager that Foreman's been hitting low. But I talked with referee Jay Edson, and he said they were not low blows, and that was why he lifted up Augusto's trunks. Of course, we covered that in the 2nd round.
Hold that time there. Give you a little rest. No. Go ahead. No. I wanted to do it for him. I was going for him. You're all right, George. Let's go. Let's go.
With Mike J. Edson, the referee, and as you can see, he's a good referee. He's from Naples, Florida, and he handled the Holmes fight that we did last Sunday aboard the aircraft carrier Lexington. Augusto is quickly hurt again. George is ready to put him away. He's a little angry that J. Edson wiped off his face. George just measuring. I wonder how long Augusto will stand. Right now, he doesn't. Manhandled, Augusto-wise by Foreman, and Jay Edson warns Foreman about that kind of manhandling.
All right, push out of it. That's it. That's okay. That's good.
Knowing George Foreman as I do, and of course he's my colleague at many of these ABC matches
That's all right.
that we carry, many fights that we carry on ABC. I know when George is angry, and right now he's angry. Good quick right. Snapped Augusto's head back. Oh, into the midsection. Clean, clean. No question of low blow. The trunk's coming down again. Two rights to the head. Again, up come the
trunks. When he comes back there.
And an order to the corner to fix Augusto's trunks when he comes back. Augusto is alive on gameness. Seconds left in round 3. It's been target practice for Foreman from the beginning, but Augusto has not yet been put away. Look at that head snapback. A left, and a right that missed, and a right that caught. Another right and a left, and down goes Augusto. Long overdue. It's been target practice, and I don't think Augusto will be able. Yes, he's going to get up.
9. Okay, all right.
Only delays the inevitable. The trunks have dropped again. Wild swings by Augusto. Or at least one wild swing. Look at Foreman clean. Total mismatch. There he goes. Just a brutal mismatch.
5, 6, 7.
This will do it.
9. 10. All right, let's go. Come on. Bell.
Edson says he got up in time.
Bell.
And the bell for the end of round 3. Curious ending, wasn't it? Augusto appeared dead on the canvas. Look at those slow-mos now. This is knockdown number 1, though. Glancing left, which still was enough to hurt him. Then the right. Augusto trying to come back. There's the right and the left. Powerhouse combination. Down went Augusto. Peculiar the way he just lies there flat. You think he's more dead than alive, and bang, suddenly up. Let's look at the second knockdown. It was the left there that did it. Really was. Now look at him. Well, you're looking at him alive, and as well as he can be under the circumstances in the corner. Last week we had the opening of the U.S. Boxing Championship Series quarterfinals action aboard the aircraft carrier Lexington. Thus far, the way Foreman is manhandling poor Augusto, they could have fought this one in a submarine. George Foreman, angered a little bit by the actions of Jay Edson, who was absolutely correct in the way he handled Foreman. Edson's a pro, maintains position in the ring and commands a fight. Fourth round action. Foreman, of course, in the red trunks. Sharpshooting. Pedro Agosto, who was floored twice in the third round, seemed out and suddenly jumped to his feet at the count of 9. Just before the count of 10, Foreman thought it was over. Edson said it wasn't. Jay Edson, the referee. Left. Augusto's gloves come down low. George punches away. Oh, there's a right. Augusto ready to go again, dancing backward against the ropes. George just throwing punches. Bill Clancy yelling, just move him around, George. Just move him around. Augusto.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He does it again. He's up again. That's 3 knockdowns in the fight thus far. Got to give Augusto high marks for courage. He doesn't know where he is. The right hand floors him again.
2, 3.
Terrible mismatch, and I would hope that Jay Edson puts a halt to this fight. There he does it again. It's a bouncing ball. Edson asks him if he's all right. He says yes. But Nick quickly receives more punishment. 4th round action. 4 knockdowns in the 4th, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Look at George pulverizing. That's it. End of fight. 3 knockdown rule. 3rd time down in the round. And so the winner by a knockout.
You all right?
Is George
You okay?
Foreman, working his way steadily toward what he hopes will be a rematch with Muhammad Ali, the only man who ever defeated him. He now has 45 victories in 46 bouts, 42 of them by knockout. Now let's look at the last knockdown in slow motion. We're looking at George just deliver blow upon blow, and then finally that right hand uppercut. And that was it. 3 knockdowns in the round. That's the way George Foreman did away with Pedro Agosto. George Foreman hardly has any sweat on him. He did have some, in fact. It was wiped off. But congratulations on a quick, decisive victory.
Pedro will have to go down in history as the real Rocky there. You see how he got up? It goes to show you he distributed a little more heart, showed a little more heart than anyone would imagine he would. He got up when a lot of fighters, even Joe Frazier, and a good great one, wouldn't have gotten up, but he's a fine fighter.
That's true. George, let's take a look at the final round, the 4th round, and the 3 knockdowns are registered in slow motion. As our expert commentator in boxing, take over.
Well, mostly the last knockout, I have to credit.
Well, this is the first one coming up.
Oh, the first knockdown were all about moving around.
We just saw it, in fact.
Jabbing them, dazing them with good punches, and then landing some good right hand followed by left hook. Everything I do ended with a left hook, and whenever I did land, he ended with a left hook, he would go down. Now, because they were extra quick and short punches, of which I've been working on recently, they don't have the full effect of one of my Dynamite George Foreman specials, but they will take you down, and when you're down, by the time you come up, you're dizzy, and I can put you down again.
Our monitor is not working, but we just went through the 2nd knockdown. We're leading up to the 3rd, the one that automatically ended the fight.
Yeah, the last knockdown was probably the fortunate one for me. I was able to get in there, and after a second, settle down to nothing but short, effective punches, and they took him down. Very short now. I threw a couple wide ones, then I said, oh, let's shorten him up, and that it was.
That was it. Okay. Now, the essential point you made, George, is that you're punching short the way Clancy and Shipes have been working on you.
So I'm able to get over and use a little more, hardly any sweat and endurance as I would ordinarily because I'm working on short punches. And the endurance is there. I can go as long as they want. I don't mind a stool. I'm having a good time now. Before I want to interrupt you for a minute. On behalf of the new president, Jimmy Carter, and Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, as you see here, and Dr. Nolan Ryan, who delivered me about 28 years ago this month. I'm donating $10,000 to the National Cancer Foundation. And I think Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, and Jimmy Carter, and Dr. Nolan are fine people to remember. And as long as they stay fine, I'm going to keep donating $10,000.
Okay, that's a fine gesture. Thank you very, very much.
We're going to cure cancer in 77.
Right.